Good evening, Kindred. I am Teranz, and welcome back to more Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. Before I get started here, it's been a couple days since I recorded, so remember what happened last time, right? We basically investigated what happened to Agathon and found a diary that used weird blood magic because, you know, vampires and yay. What else? Was there anything else I want to say? I've been trying to stream on Twitch Mondays and Thursdays. It's been a little rough right now because either watching sports ball or just being generally tired, and I don't know, streaming is hard and weird for me, so not that this isn't either, but I'll figure that out. Anyway, let's play the game. If I can remember how I do any of these voices. Nope, I couldn't reach her there, but I know for a fact Hope is there. Oh, sorry. Nope, I couldn't reach her, but I know for a fact Hope is there. He's pointing in the direction of a double spiral building. And what is she doing there? I understand she's the current leader of the company, acting CEO to be exact. No, you're pulling my leg. Of all the places in this city, the company that brags about I'm messing that up. The company that always brags about creating IT solutions of the future, always surrounded by rumors of monstrous workers' abuse and all sorts of ethical violations, trading information with governments, and ending the career of a certain promising journalist and professional fuck-up who attempted to investigate them seriously. You might be able to ask her both professional and personal questions. Two birds with one stone. I don't get it. Last time I checked, the company belonged to Kara Montgomery. I'm told she quietly took a sabbatical a few months ago, and it sure looks like the kind of sabbatical you don't come back from. Final death? Very possible, but I have no idea. I remember I was shocked when I first learned that one of my nemesis, yeah, I think it's nemesis. Anyway, one of my nemesis back in my old life was a vampire all along. When I realized her position made her untouchable to me, I was beyond mad. Well, whatever happened couldn't happen to a nicer person. What about her brother, Jess? You're asking me? Last time I checked, you're the expert on the company. I just handle the basic intel for you, even though I shouldn't even really be here. Yeah, and I hope you realize I am grateful. You'd better be. So is Hope just another corporate shark? Well, she is the child of Carter. A theatrical pause. He smiles as he sees me wince. But very much unlike him. He took her in for her particular multifaceted talents related to the internet, knowing he's hopelessly behind the times in that regard. I hear she's been unruly, though. Well, unruly is good. I can work with unruly. So you're telling me she might not be a stuck-up startup bitch? Language. As I've told you a few times now, when it comes to the internet, just assume I haven't the slightest idea. Getting there myself. I haven't been able to check my email for 5 months. I have no idea what the kids at BBB are talking about most of the time. Oh my god, I might be getting old. Don't worry, the moment you realize you don't give a damn about most fads you would have cared about years ago is a liberating one. Been there, done that. At the beginning of the 20th century. Old. Anyway, you'll probably hear Hope's story straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have much time, so I'll get straight to the point. Oh, sorry. got something here distracting me. Anyway, you shouldn't be looking at anything in the main building. It's just a front. Ignore it. What you want to do is use the elevators to get to the lowest floor of the building. I've heard stories about the double spiral basement, but I had no idea what to make of them. Every source told me a different rumor. Did any of them tell you a rumor about an army of underground ghouls? No, but I'm all ears. Double Spiral employs an army of ghouls as a cheap workforce. They work and live underground, away from prying eyes, with lesser rights than regular kind employees. Perfect for business. Wow. I'm actually speechless for a second. I had profoundly low expectations at that company, but every time I learn something new about what's going on behind the scenes, I'm still surprised at the level of scumbaggery at play. I'll leave the moral judgments to you, expert. In any case, you need to reach room number 507 where the CEO supposedly resides. And then, get Hope to answer your questions. His old-timey flip phone vibrates. Speaking of, if you've got any left for me, it's now or never. I'm needed at the art hole now. How should I approach the building? I've told you everything I know, just do what I do all the time. And that is, scout the situation, then decide. Right, I forgot that's what you do all the time. You mean scouting? No, stating the obvious. The phone vibrates again. Well, that's it for me. Arturo's is pressing me to show up at Elysium 5 minutes ago. Tell him I kindly suggest he should go fuck himself. Not in 1,000 years. Well, good luck with your missions. Good luck with your mission, soldier. With a mock salute, he disappears in his car and drives away. Nothing left for me but to head in. I'm anxious. There are two approaches to choose from, and whichever I pick, I'll have to stick with it. If I force my way in and assert my authority bad cop style, that should make an impression. Bad bitch coming in with the entire court behind her back, bluffing her way to victory. Sneaking in and politely asking for cooperation seems like the less disruptive, more me option, but it's not like being me has taken me anywhere thus far. Shit, I kind of wish I was still stuck in my routine where I didn't need to be doing things like developing a personality. It's a bit of a coin flip, honestly, but I gotta make a choice here. How do I approach Double Spiral? Yeah, we'll try it. Let's see here. A little abuse of power never hurt anybody. We're becoming a terrible person. Hopefully a good vampire, but a terrible. Anyway. Yeah, being covert hasn't exactly been working out for me. Time to show them, and myself I guess, who's boss. As far as I'm concerned, of all the companies in the world, this one deserves to be thrown out of gear the most. Time to be a bad cop and finally get somewhere. Alright, let's do this. I enter through this front door. There's a guard watching the security cameras. He stands up expecting me to state my business. Shut up, I'm expected. It's not hard to fuck with his mind. He gives me a confused nod, slumps in his seat, and zones out. I enter the elevator and press the button to the lowest floor. I pump myself up a bit as the elevator descends. Hello, Double Spiral. Time to make a mess. When I leave the elevator, I immediately head into the corridor in front of me and announce my presence. Yoo-hoo, anybody home? Big bad kindred out here. Better answer before I start making a mess. A pink-haired girl emerges from one of the corridors, looking quite angry. Probably one of Hope's ghouls. Stop right there. Who the hell are you? Julia Sowinski, the Lasombra representative for New York City. Who the hell are you? I'm Nastia, Double Spiral's head of security. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Wrong, you're gonna have to make me leave. I walk past her. She tries to catch me and stop me, but evading her grasp is child's play. Ghouls, I swear to God. Boss, we've got a problem. Some lunatic waltzed right onto the office floor, claims she's the door at the end of the hall is made of reinforced glass. I focus all of my strength and kick it in, interrupting the girl. Tell her I'll be right there. She's the only one I want. I reach the Double Spiral offices where, just like Kadir said, hordes of ghouls are slaving away for their company. Deep learning, spyware, social media manipulation, yada yada. The important thing is, they don't even turn away from their displays as they keep sweeping gadgets off their desk onto the floor, making Nastia madder and madder. Don't make me use force. Oh, I'd love to see you try, ghoul. And if you manage to put me down, I'd love to see you explain it to the sheriff, my direct superior. Listen, lady, I don't know what it is you want. I've already told you, stupid. I want your boss. She's not here. Kara Montgomery is taking a sabbatical. Don't play fucking games with me. I want to see Hope. Hey, you. The goofy guy in the glasses wearing an anime t-shirt. Where can I find room 507? He raises his hand listlessly, pointing me in the right direction, prompting Nastia to kick his chair in frustration. I head that way and eventually reach the corridor I was hoping to find. I slowly walk to the end of the corridor. There it is, room 507. The door looks harder to take care of than the other ones in this place. Probably won't be able to take care of it the same way I did the others. The door to the office of the current Double Spiral CEO. This fucking company. I get pissed off, but I'm trying to control it. There's a camera by the door. If she knows what to look for, she can probably see him here on her screen. But just to make sure, I knock on the door. Hope, I'm a Camarilla detective and I will need you to answer some questions. Hope, I know you're in there. Open the door. I will not leave until you do. I'm here on behalf of the Sheriff of New York City. Hope? I keep pounding on the door and calling her name. After a minute or so, a voice rings out on the intercom. Is this thing on? I guess it is. Alright, I got your message loud and clear. I'll meet you in the offices. I'll be right there. In the meantime, please refrain from making a mess of our offices, will you? Knowing poor Nastia, if she was due for a heart attack, she would have had it by now. Thank you for your cooperation. I will be right there. What's up? On the one hand, clothes you could reasonably expect to find in any CEO's wardrobe. On the other hand, a body covered in tattoos, flashy jewelry, dyed hair, and wild makeup. The thought that she might be yet another CEO playing the nonconformist crosses my mind. She strikes me as someone who's more than happy to live in her own little bubble. Still, I won't be fooled. She is the boss of Double Spiral. So, how did you find me? I keep dropping voices and changing them from episode to episode because I am bad at the voice acting, but whatever, it's fun. Sheriff Kadir Al-Asami did. You'll have to ask him. I take out a new cigarette without thinking. You can't smoke in here, lady. Just let her. Don't treat me like I'm your enemy. I come in peace. piece my ass. A deep, relaxing drag. Not my fault you couldn't handle me. I had at least 5 opportunities to subjugate you. I just chose not to because I had a hunch the boss might benefit from seeing you. You trust your hunches that much? Hunches have gotten me every job I ever had. Hunches just saved my life anytime I got into a messy situation. These days, the reality is too complicated to rely on anything else. Can't find a better head of security than our Nastia. Her hunches are the main reason why they're like a sixth sense. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Don't know, a club maybe? Yeah, last year, soon after I was embraced, I visited that one club that was in that refurbished warehouse and you were there. You got a memorable aura. Yeah, I DJ and help out there from time to time. Gotta show my face if I want to make it big. And why don't you focus on that? Following that career path doesn't exactly seem compatible with being the head of security for Double Spiral. Not just because the necessary skill sets are so different. Nastia looks at Hope. Working at Double Spiral provides a lot of benefits to someone who relies on the internet for promotion, lady. The slowed aging is just a nice perk. Lovely chat, girls, but I'd love it if you'd save it for later. I'm CEO now. I have a lot of duties I must pretend to handle. I just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, yeah. Call me if you need me. I've got a weird hunch about this one too. What gave you that hunch, Nastia? The way I made a mess out of the entire floor you're supposed to protect? We'll talk security later. Don't worry, this shit happens. For now, take 5. Nastia leaves and I'm left alone with Hope in the corner of the office. It feels funny to stand here in front of you. Oh, and why is that? You people had me fired from my job before I was embraced. Ah, I see. You're that Sawinski girl from Lodestar. Yeah. Somehow I never put 2 and 2 together. So you're the Lasombra rep for the city now, huh? As she's talking to me, she keeps tapping at her phone with terrifying speed. I don't feel like I have her full focus and it's getting on my nerves. Just so you know, I have no idea why you've taken care of Montgomery's place, and I doubt you'll tell me, but the bitch deserves to burn in hell. Hell yeah, she does. Wait, did you just admit? Hold your horses. No, Jesus. This is why normal CEOs pay for PR people to talk for them. I only agree that she's a horrible person in every way that counts. Nothing more. Does she know that that's what you think of her? Why did she let you take her position in the first place? What? I'll just cut through this bullshit, okay, Miss Lodestar? I guess this is about Jess and Kara covering his creepy ass. You spent months on this case and you'd like some closure. Pretty much. Well, here's your closure. Double Spiral has severed practically all ties with them. They don't work here, they get no company money, they probably won't ever show up here again. The company's not their circus anymore, and the workers are not their monkeys. I'm in charge now, so yeah, if there's anything you'd like from me, I'm all ears. It wasn't just Jess and his sister. This company has ingrained structures of abuse and immoral... I've ordered internal investigations and audits. Everyone related to those illicit activities was disciplined, legal actions, firings, and rebukes, all depending on the severity of their misdemeanors. I don't have a stomach for all of that creepy corporate shit, so I'm trying to steer the ship in the right direction. Don't know what else I can tell you. For fuck's sake, no matter how I look at it, It seems like she's done everything I hoped to achieve. The Montgomery clan is over. The queen bitch, a symbol of everything that's wrong with tech CEOs, is gone. Jess, that perverted, embezzling son of a bitch, is gone. I should be glad. So, why is there a sinking pit in my stomach? This doesn't feel right. Probably not, but hey, I look at this company like the mafias and gangster movies. You don't really win by dismantling one. Another one will just as quickly take its place. You can only win by ensuring the organization gets the best possible leader. So in Double Spiral's case, the best you can hope for, no pun intended, is me. The biggest case in my professional life solved by some weirdo who fucked Karen and Jesse over in presumably underhanded ways. Doesn't get more anticlimactic than this. Fucking hell. I want to ask her how she did it, but why would she tell me? All I can guess is she's an outcast who decided to get her hands dirty and obtain power to do something she considered good. Something I've always been afraid to do. Anyway, I feel for you, but I have a lot of work to do. So, if this wasn't just a trip down memory lane and you have any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay? I feel like a car just ran me over, but I need to keep my shit together. Right. A few days ago, the Anarch Baron was found dead in his office. Are you familiar with the case? Douglas Callahan. Of course I'm familiar. Every kindred online is talking about it. And what are they saying? They're accusing everyone. I mean, it is the internet. Are they accusing you? Why would they do that? I found a peculiar note in Callahan's remains. It had your name on it. Huh. What can you say about this? Nothing. I've never met the guy. I've never even seen him. He wasn't my crowd. Then why would he have a note with your name in his pocket? Why were Walt Disney's last written words Kurt Russell? No clue. I watched her closely, but nothing should suggest she's hiding anything. Well, the note contained 3 other names and nothing else. Agathon, D'Angelo, Tamika. Ring any bells now? Her finger, which hasn't stopped moving across the phone touchscreen since I first saw her, freezes. Yeah, it kind of does, actually. It's a short list of promising unaffiliated kindred that was making the rounds in NYC a few months ago, in case anyone needed a hero for hire. I didn't know Callahan had it. I know Sophie Langley did, as well as a few Primogen. Not sure about the Anarchs. Who could have prepared this list? One of the local information brokers. A short but telling pause. Anonymous. Oh, anonymous. Sort of anonymous? She's obviously conflicted about whether she should tell me, or maybe she's pretending so that I won't worm it out of her. Making a mess of her offices worked, so might as well put on the tough guy act again. I have nothing against them, Anonymous, or it's in my best interest to hurt them, Anonymous, because if it's the latter, we might be in business. She briefly considers her options, then gives up. It's my sire, Carter Vander Weyden. Oh. He's brokering information? Everyone knows becoming the Prince of New York is his ultimate goal, and that he wants to make friends in all the high places. Sharing useful intel is a pretty effective way to achieve that. Excuse me. So you're telling me that he, a Malkavian Primogen, sold this list to an Anarch Baron? Sure looks like it. Why would he suggest his own child to someone? To have a person on the inside, just another way to further his information web. Wouldn't they realize you two are close? The story going around is he left me alone and I hate his guts. Well, at least half of that is true. She's talkative, probably sees me as a way to undermine Carter. Let's see how much further I can push her. I was wondering how someone like you could control a company like Double Spiral. I suppose a friend in high places would explain it. Yeah, lucky me. Not happy about being a girl boss, leading one of the biggest IT companies in the country? A boss, huh? She stares at a dozen displays on the wall in front of her. Do you remember the Y2K era internet? Jesus, I barely remember the internet at all. My people can't really use it. But yeah, I guess I sort of remember forums, GeoCities, browser wars, all those amateurish web pages. It was a golden age. Everyone was welcome to freely express their creativity and obsess in this abstract new frontier. No formulated rules. Every site was a distinct new universe to explore. You know, as a kid, for some reason, I kept saving every webpage that moved me or changed me in some way. I don't even know why I did it, but today, a folder with these is one of my greatest treasures. Fast forward to today. I'm the boss of a company that has one overarching goal: steer the online narrative in every possible way that benefits the Camarilla. And because the online world is so fucked right now, I can do it using only 5 websites or so. Every day I deploy thousands of believable sock puppets to force some belief on the masses. Right now, they are being managed by these ghouls. Soon they will be partially managed by AI. Basically, an all-American version of the Chinese 50-cent party. A new pattern of public opinion guidance. Ever since I was a teen, I pretended to be different people online for fun. Aping the posting patterns of others was something I turned out to be horrifyingly good at. Oh, excuse me. I became even better at it after the embrace. Something about the voice of Malkov in my head. After several years, I became a one-person internet empire. I could impersonate anyone. At I Dream of Tulips, a humble florist from Chattanooga who strives to share positive energy with their audience using photos of beautiful bouquets, motivational quotes, and the occasional office gif. At Vulva Hufflepuff, a single mom from Brighton who reckons all these trans women must be bonkers and spend seemingly every waking moment of her life having a row of with anyone who disagrees. At Polygon Classicist, a 19-year-old kid from Utah who keeps posting Y2K 3D renders of poorly proportioned, scantily clad ladies and telling his audience to remember what they took from you. Somehow, this talent got me here, where it's no longer fun but work. I usually entrust to these ghouls because of all my duties. I want out before my entire fucking mind gets monetized. But Carter won't have that, so I'll keep doing my best for both him and the Double Spiral's investors. So that's why she wants me to look at him. I assume most of your operation focuses on New York City. A lot of them, yeah. How do you imitate a New Yorker's voice with these sock puppet accounts? Living in Manhattan and being mentally unstable makes this shit easy. To a normal, well-adjusted person from outside the city, everyone here seems mentally unstable. Ever watched that 9/11 Howard Stern show? No? Check it out someday. It's educational. Ask anyone in NYC about it and they're like, it was a great bonding moment. He was helping us make sense of everything. He kept saying what we were all thinking. Then you listen to it, and it's everybody yelling that we need to nuke something, maybe the entire world, to get rid of all the Muslims, fuck human rights, no investigations, take their oil. Cheery. You watch it, you study it, you witness that specific brand of humor in the face of tragedy, and you understand that nothing outside of NYC really exists for the people who live here, or the vampires. A foundational text, really. Whenever I need to get into that New York mindset for work, I let it play in the background. Works like a charm. Seriously, give it a shot sometime. Someday I might. For now, I think I will confront Vander Weyden with what you've told me. Or is it what you haven't told me? What's that story? Me? Of course I haven't told you anything. You're such a good investigator, you figured it out all by yourself. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you the info. That should do the trick. I see. Thank you. What for? I did nothing. Let Nasia show you out. And if you don't know Vander Weyden's address, just ask her. Oh, I didn't expect to just jump right to this. All right, well, this seems like a good place to stop the episode. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time with more Shadows of New York. That's what this game is called. All right, goodbye.